Games are powerful because they let us live someone else's story, see the world through a different lens. But even in a medium built on imagination, some voices still struggle to be heard. I'm Chris from the Indie Game Arcade Podcast, and today I want to share with you 6 indie games with voices from our trans community. If you've never played Dysphoria, picture a personal diary turned into a handful of messy, colorful microgames. You play through Anna Anthropy's first few months of hormone therapy, seconds-long moments that never quite work right, a block that won't fit, text that scrolls way too fast, your reflection doesn't quite match what you'd expect. Those tiny failures are the whole point. Every awkward second mirrors the frustration of transition, of living in a body that isn't cooperating yet. It's rough around the edges and over before you know it, but that's what makes it so brilliant. No filters, no polish, just honesty. Even more than a decade later, Dysphoria still feels like one of the clearest examples of how a game can make someone's experience feel real through mechanics and not just exposition. So, some games provide you comfort. The missing J.J. Macfield in the Island of Memories does the complete opposite. And this one comes with a trigger warning. You play as the titular J.J. Macfield, stranded on a surreal island where the only way forward is to literally hurt yourself, break bones, catch on fire, lose limbs, and then heal seconds later. It sounds brutal because it is. Every injury is a metaphor for living unseen, for hiding who you are just to survive. The puzzles force you to twist and contort yourself in impossible ways, but so does JJ's life. And when the truth about her identity surfaces, everything clicks. It's strange, it's painful, and it's deeply human. A reminder that sometimes the hardest parts of self-discovery is learning to see your own scars as the proof that you made it. You find a phone. No owner, no instructions, just a lock screen and curiosity. That is a normal lost phone. When you finally get in, you're scrolling through someone else's entire life. Text messages, photos, calendar updates. You find out the owner is Sam, a teenager trying to figure out just who they are and what happens when the people closest to them just don't understand them. As you dig deeper, Sam's story begins to unfold through awkward chats, missed birthdays, and small, brave truths about their identity. With how personal of a story this is, it's easy to forget you're actually playing a game. Every message you open makes you question your role. Are you actually helping, or are you just intruding? And that sort of tension is the point. A normal lost phone turns empathy into an act of discomfort and reflection. Personally, this is the first game I played with this kind of storytelling, and it left a huge impact on me and how I view other people. It really invigorated this sense of empathy in me that I didn't have before, and I'm always going to be thankful to this game for doing that. At first glance, Celeste is just a precision platformer about climbing a mountain, one failed jump at a time. It also happens to be one of the most popular and highest rated indie games of all time. So, why does this game resonate so much more than others in the genre? It's because that climb to the top mirrors something deeper. Madeline's fight with anxiety, doubt, and the version of herself that she doesn't want to face. So because of that, every fall feels personal, every checkpoint feels earned. And for years, fans felt the game's trans themes before creator Maddie Thorson ever even said them out loud. You can see it in the way Madeline learns to live with her reflection instead of running from it. That's the quiet magic of Celeste. It turns self-acceptance into a rhythmic and intense platformer with the tightest of controls. But by the time you reach the summit, it's not just a platformer anymore. It's the story about the climb that we all have to take toward becoming whole. Haru just wants one calm evening with friends. A night at the hot springs. But for a trans woman in Japan, that simple plan turns complicated really fast. Public baths mean public judgment, and Haru feels it in every conversation, every pause, every side glance. You guide her through a weekend that's equal parts friendship and fear, choosing how open to be, what to say, and what to hide. The story plays out quietly, especially with its soft artwork. Each ending reflects a different way of navigating a world with rules where you're not accounted for. Now, for as heavy as a theme as that might sound, the game is actually fairly tender and about courage in the smallest, most everyday moments, because sometimes survival just looks like showing up. It starts with erasing. You wipe away sketches, notes, fragments of a life. Each swipe reveals Cassio, a young trans woman back home in 1990s Ireland trying to reconnect with the world she left behind. Her diary becomes a collapsing universe, and in another story thread, a black hole swallows the Earth. It's abstract, but it works, because both are about loss and transformation, about what disappears so something new can exist. The act of erasing isn't meant as destruction, it's release. You're not just deleting words, you're making space for who Cassio really is. If Found feels cosmic and intimate all at once. A story about identity, memory, and learning to let go of what no longer fits. Maybe you can't relate to every experience here, but you know what you can relate to. Fear, love, change, the need to be seen. That's the point. These aren't just trans stories, these are human stories, and there's so many more waiting to be found. So drop your recommendations in the comments and let's build this list out together. Most importantly, keep supporting indie game devs and lifting up the voices that make gaming what it's supposed to be, a place for everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week for another list of the best indie games.